Okay, back in it. I think this is part 4. Whatever, it'll be on the title. It doesn't matter. So I have to take a look and see where we kind of left off. So adding slight randomness to speed sorting. I already did that. The fix was regarding that speed sorting, but I only get that error occasionally, so I'm not going to worry about that for now. It seems like it's mostly working, but we can revisit that later. Screen flash, I'm not worried about that one right now. What I like to do with low priorities is just throw them down at the bottom. Enemy count check at the end of event queue to decide if victory. That's good. Also need to do player HP checks if defeated. Okay. Let's run it and see what it looks like. I find that's always a good way to get your head back in the game. We do need, let me make a note. We want printing enemy names and counts to bottom right window of battle. So that's something that will update anytime an enemy is added or removed. We'll need good coffee. That's good coffee. Defending. We need running away. What other items? Item usage. And for that, we're going to need items and inventories. I'm just going to kind of sketch out things that we're going to be doing. XP and gold drops from enemies. So we'll need to add these bars to battle actor. That's something simple enough. We just do XP. It's going to be an int. It'll be 0 by default. Gold int equals 0. And then we have to add that in to here. Since we have these default values, those aren't really going to be helpful because I guess for now they're just really there for testing. And to save space, I'm just going to remove them now. And what's going to happen is in data, let me get this in first. Oh no, we don't want that. All right, XP, gold. I do underscore in front just so I'm not repeating those variables. So we do XP equals XP, gold equals, if I can type today. And then in data, we have to update these, make sure we don't have any defaults. So we're not using the default values, that's good, but we do need to now enter XP and gold. So let's just give, like, I don't know, 10 for that, 100. They're going to need gold. I have to save because Battle Actor needs to update. The game was still running, so we got an error. Or we could give it a level variable and base it on that. So maybe the cocky roach is like level 4 and executioner is level 10. And so I'm going to go in and modify this and we'll do level int. And so we're going to give, I'll put that at the bottom here. And I could have a default. We're not going to get into that. So this is going to be level times, let's say 5. And then this will be level, gold equals level times 3. And we can play with that later. That's just really to get a quick fix in there. I also have to set level. And maybe, just so I'm very specific that these are not set, I'm going to do -1 like that. That way, I'll always know if this isn't working properly for some reason. So I think that's a better way to handle that. We can save that. Data should be fine now. Let's give it a second. I have to put a level on the player. Player's going to be level 1 at start. And so now we have. Excuse me. Sorry. I feel like it's like my mouth has to warm up before I stop coughing. Okay, so now we can do XP and gold gained when an enemy is defeated. And let's see. Set battle actor. We could probably do it in there. How's the battle actor? Give me like 10 seconds. I'm going to turn the fan on. Get some music going in the background. Okay, so I feel like it'd be nice if we could connect battle actor by default to the player in data. But maybe it's better we just do that in the battle. And so we do it from the button. So we set the battle actor, and we're going to need, let's see. I think players should only care, let's just give it a defeated. No. We can use, that way we don't have to modify battle actor. We can just modify the enemy button. And what we can do is on ready, set the battle actor, and then we're going to do battle, no, I'm going to do it from here, and it's going to be tree exiting, data.player on enemy button tree exiting. We copy that. We're going to put that into, oh, you know what? We can just manually, no, I'm going about this the wrong way. Let's cancel that. I might need that for something else, so I'll just cut it. What we want to do is we're not giving XP until the battle's finished. So before I get into handing out XP and gold, or whatever the currency is going to be, we need to run that check for, if we've won. And that's going to happen when we are running through the event queue, probably. Factor HP. I'm just trying to think of the spot that we want to do this. Let's see, probably down here. It's okay if we clear that, and then no, we can wait on that for now. We're gonna do something like for enemy button in, what's this called? Enemies menu. So I have a get buttons. Let's make a function for get buttons here. Okay. That way I can call that outside and it just looks cleaner. So it's gonna be enemy, was it enemy menu? Why isn't that popping up? Get buttons. So what we're gonna do is if enemy button dot battle actor dot HP is less than or equal to 0, we're going to continue. Or we can just do if greater than that, we're going to break. We can do something like this. Victory bool equals false equals true. How about that? And so if there's still an enemy alive, victory is going to equal false when we break, because we don't need to continue looping. And down here, if victory pass, else we keep going. We also need to check for defeat. And why not? We can do that first. If defeat bool equals true, then we just do kind of the same thing. But for now, it's going to be, oops, if data.player.hp. I'm trying to set this up for when we have a full party, but for now it can just be data.player.hp greater than 0, less than 0, less than or equals 0. So defeat will be true if player has no HP. And then we can do if defeat, pass, return. If victory, yeah, we keep the keep that. If defeat, if victory. Now another thing, since I'm freeing these buttons, we do need to store the enemy data in some kind of list so that I can access it for XP and gold. And what I might do actually is do like XP gained int 0, gold gained int 0. I mean, I could just keep a list of all of the enemies. Let's see what we have here. Options menu button pressed. Enemy button. Here's what we'll do. We are going to use that connection, which is conveniently still saved there. We're going to connect it to owner, which is telling me enemy button should not be doing that. So we're going to do it down here. It's going to be for enemy button in get. Do this to self. Here, we do need to send the battle actor data. Would be enemy button dot battle actor. And that's going to be, we have these XP gain and gold gain. So now we can do XP gain, or should I just make a list? No, we can stick with this for now. Plus equals battle actor dot xp gold game plus equals battle actor dot gold. And so in our victory condition, we're going to do dialog box dot add text. It's going to be like this. It's going to be data.player.name plus receives plus XP gained. We'll call this gains. Experience points. Data. Name plus also receives we could do we'll call enemy cohort also drops. Nah, no, we don't do that. Oh, can I type I before E except after C? Also receives gold gain. I'm gonna have to string these as well. Gold. We have to add that. And we can do item drops here. I'm gonna make a note that we victory text needs work such as item drops on etc. So we go back to battle, and I think really we just yield dialog box closed. We exit out of that. We can do a similar thing up here. Loses the will to continue. And I think that we're just going to do like get tree dot reload current scene. So for defeated, we play that text. We wait till the player to go through it. Maybe we do an additional like 3 seconds. I can also print. Actually, let's put that in the. That's fine. No, let's put it in the dialog box. Text. Needs to be in an array. And so we don't care if the player closes out of that. We just care about the timer, and then we reload. So that's good. We have our defeat state. We have a victory state. I think for the sake of testing here, let's make it 2 enemies. And then we'll add in the enemy button script, if not visible, we're going to queue free and return. And let's see, what's the issue here? Duplicate custom. Name texture. What's the problem? Name texture. Wasn't this working before? Let's see if that code is causing the issue. Let's see. No, so it must be something I changed in Battle Actor. Trying to assign value of type resource to a variable of type. What? Name and texture is fine. Let's try a reload. That's weird because I don't really see off the top of my head anything that would be causing that error. Right? Like we didn't change anything that in my mind would mess that up. Let's see if we can narrow this down. So we have the enemy button. Battle actor's not set, that's fine. I don't think this would have anything to do with it. No. It's not this code, right? That's really weird. Data enemies values. Data's fine, right? Set process false. Value of type resource to a variable of type battle actor. You know what it might be? It's because these don't have default values. Maybe that's partly why I had those defaults. We're close. Index, okay. It's telling us the battle actor is null. I think that's because we're connecting these, even though now we're getting rid of some. So that should fix that, yeah. All right. Bongo gains 5. What? What? I'm getting negative XP. If enemy what? What is the problem? Let's roll that again. Battle actor. It's possible their HP's not getting set right. And that's why we're seeing that -1. I feel like I had a better duplication script before. I shouldn't have to redo everything. That could be the problem. I think. Let me try it with that. Let's see if that fixes it. It doesn't. So, excuse me. We're going to try this. Speed, XP, gold. No. HP max, speed, and level. Okay. Alright. You can see the HP is printing out now. Looks like we're doing it right. Our XP is printing out correctly. I think it was negative before because it just wasn't getting set properly there. So we gained 40 XP. We also received 24 gold. Oh, I don't have a reset condition like I do in Defeat. And we can call this like, I'm going to call this debug reload. Whoops. Which I might just throw at the top. And so we have that. I do want to get these out of the way. Oops. These sorts should be higher up. Put them at the very top. Or no. They should be near where we call them, which is near the end, so we're going to put them. So I call that sort down here, so we'll keep it near it. We don't need to print HP anymore. All right, so we have game over state. We have victory as well. Let's see, victory text needs work. That's fine. That's done. Item drops. Lots of item stuff. But hey, it's a role-playing game. Running away. Running. Defending. Let's do defending. And we should probably think about sound pretty soon. So defend, I think, is going to be a function. Let's put it after speed roll. It's going to be defend. It's not going to return anything. I think we will have a var is defending. And so defend, we'll just make is defending equals true. Excuse me. And when we go through heal hurt, we need to do a check if we're getting damaged. So if value is less than 0, then we want, I actually use sign here. If sign value is -1. No, I don't like that as much. I'm always trying to figure that out. The value is less than 0, we're taking damage, and we're going to apply defense. So if is defending value times equals say like 0.5, we'll have damage, plus like range, I don't know, 0 spread and no, it's a float. Let's say 0.2. Maybe we lower it a bit. Be negative spread. And we have to, let's see. How can I convert this? Because value is an integer. We're multiplying it by floats. I think that'll work okay. But at this point, we need to get an attack power variable. Which maybe we'll call, let's see, strength. That can come after speed. And do this. So now we have to update all of these. So we have speed, strength, cocky roach, maybe there are 4. Executioner, maybe it's a heavier hitter. And I think we're going to want to randomize the damage as well. Now the question is, should I randomize before we receive it in heal hurt? Like maybe we get attack power, or roll damage roll. There we go. Let's keep it consistent. Let's return strength just for now, so it's no. But it's going to be strength. We're going to do the same thing. We have a spread, which is looking like it might be a good thing to add to my math as a static function. Static func, what would we call that? Add with random spread value. And we have spread. I'm going to return an int. So we do this. And now it's just going to be returning value. And then we have to go back to battle actor and fix that. And so it's going to be, I have to look at what was that base value. So now we can call math dot add with random spread. We're going to do strength. And it's going to be like strength times 0.25, something like that. And then we can do the same thing here. We return dot add spread speed and 4. And we could do this the same thing with the float if I found myself reusing it. Let's see. I take 1 damage, 1 damage, 1 damage. Very. What's going on there? Negative experience points. Is the executioner. What's their problem? Level times 5. So that means their level is being set to -1, which means it's not receiving it in the init function. Is that correct? Level equals level. HP max, speed, strength, level. we can do some debugging. We can do like print name and XP. Okay. We're going to actually call this when we set the name. So their XP is showing up, right? So when we win this fight, we should get 40 XP. -5, -3. How's that happening? What? I feel like one of these is not being initialized right. Name. We're trying to narrow down where this is. Okay, so we have 2 roaches. Their level is being sent through properly. So there's no reason we should not see 40 experience points. -5. What? So it's clearly multiplying it by -1. One, two, three, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. There we go. I forgot to add in strength here. That's the only problem with this duplication method. And it's a significant one. Alright, looks like everything's right now. Oh, interesting. So since I based that on the button leaving, if I'm fast with the text, we actually hit victory before that XP is updated. So I think I need to rethink how I'm getting all that XP. And what we might do is, I think enemy button just has to send it up. When they do a defeat check. Actually, we can do it right here. Instead of tree exiting, we're going to use defeated. I can't type. Name button defeated. Come down here, update that. And we don't need to print that. I'm not even going to test that right now because I'm confident it's going to work all right. Let's take a look at our notes. So we have defending. Actually, I don't think our strength roll is actually working. Oh, we're not calling it. That's why. So when we do heal hurt, I think it's when we run through, I'm just sending in 1, or rather -1. Where is that? Run event. When we fight, damage. See damage right there. So damage is actually going to be, it's going to be actor dot damage roll. And so we know what's happening. Let's print damage. I also need to make that negative. Alright. So -13. Ouch. Let's see. Ooh, got him with the speed roll. Alright, so that actually looks like it's working right. Defense, I'm not sure. Is that working? Well, we're not. I wasn't defending, so no. Doesn't matter. We do need to reset is defending. Which, if we do, I could connect something in battle. Like I can make a signal like, you know, turn starting or turn ended. And we can do that, or I can just manually do it, which I think I'm gonna do. It's simple enough. So we have defeat or victory. I really don't have to worry about resetting it. It's only if we get down here. So we do for, let's see. We're already looping through everyone here. Since we're looping, I think we're just going to reset it here. So we have to get rid of that break. And if defeat, where am I looping through the players? Oh, we're just doing it up there. So for now, we just do data.player.is defending is false. I'll put a note to do need to refactor for when we add party members instead of just one player here. All right. So defending should work in theory. Items could be fun. I am about ready to switch to some UI focused work. All right, we did this. Did that. Beautiful. I love crossing things off of this list. Printing enemy names and counts. Oh, we should do that. It's kind of like the retro Dragon Quest style. If you look up, I've got uploads going, so don't mind this. If we look up Earthbound battle, I don't want the backgrounds. I want the battle. scene. You can see they don't do any kind of, well, that's not actually it. Can I get a bigger image? I keep finding like modified images or just images that are way too small. So they don't give you that list of the enemies, but I kind of like it in terms of like a retro aesthetic. I think it's kind of cool. And then we do need to get the player data printout. I think I might switch it so that we have not exactly like Earthbound there, but maybe like Dragon Quest IV, I think is when they switched to these like vertical oriented cards, even in the old version. So I'm going to save that image because we're going to use that later. Downloads is good. I think we'll just emulate that. All this looks good. I don't know about that big, what is that, the AI, the party AI. We'll figure that out. So yeah, we're going to change that up. I do want to get the player data printed out. So let's make priorities. We're going to pull this down right now. A little bit loopy. Printing enemy names, changing player info cards to vertical, drawing player info, and updating it, i.e. when hit, i.e. when loading, battle, when hit, and we need a party, right, with multiple player characters. But this is what I want to focus on right now. We'll do the enemy stuff first, because that's going to be a little bit easier, and then we'll revamp the top level. So enemy info, I think we're going to make this its own scene, because then I can just make functions that I can call. So how's that going to work? We have enemies menu, I think we could bounce the enemy data up. And first off, these just need to be freed. Alright, so we're going to bring them back. I think we'll have 6 max. 7. I just want to see what that looks like in game. Well, that's a lot. Now we could have different size sprites later on. I think for now I like just 5 as a max. And then we can make a function in enemies menu that determines what kind of enemies we get. But really, I mean, if you think about it, in an actual game, that information is going to be dictated by the world map, like what tile you're on, what area you're on, or what specific encounter you're spawning. So maybe enemies menu can receive the enemy data as an array, but it does not determine what that data is. It just creates the enemies. So we're going to, I think, extend enemies menu, perhaps. Perhaps. Why not? I hate extending things, though. It gets so... Maybe it's okay for this. So we extend it, enemies menu, battle, sure. We can give it a class name. Remember, you want to give it a class name anytime it's going to help you to access that to get the autocomplete for variables and functions. So enemies menu, now it has all of, and I think this is the first time we've extended a script, so I'm going to explain it. But it has everything that menu has, right? Whatever it's inheriting from, it has access to all of that. And now I'm adding additional functionality on top, but that's only accessible by enemies menu. All right, so we're going to give it a function called something like, let's just say create enemies. It's going to receive enemies array, and we'll do for I in range enemies dot size. We'll do var enemy battle actor equals enemies I. And then we can handle data. But so this right here, it's going to be set battle actor enemy. But no, we're going to do, let's see. So if enemy, we set battle actor enemy, or no, we can just do that, and it'll be able to accept a null value. So we can do if battle actor. We do all of that, else we're just going to hide it. Just hide it. Or maybe, you know what, actually I take it back. We're going to get rid of it. Get the hell out of there. So, enemies menu, it's going to be so for that button, we're going to do that, right? Now, I need to go up to battle, and so we're going to do this for, can I just do it down here? So we're already looping through the buttons, so that's perfect. Defeated. That's fine. I don't care if it connects, even if we don't use it. We do need to set the battle actor first, because we're using it right here. Unless I want to omit that later, but I'm not going to worry about that. So we have, but you know what? Since I'm looping through the buttons here, I mean, do I really need this? I don't think I do. I don't think I need this script at all. So, and what we're going to do here is, excuse me. Okay. Bear with me here. We're going to do choose weighted. So it's going to be that, like 2 or 3. And here's just going to be null. That's going to be 1. So let's clean that up. It's going to be enemy. What's this? Make this more readable. Checking my parentheses. Looks like I'm 1 off. We'll send enemy through. Let's see if that clears. No. Too many arguments for choose. Too many of those? Let's see. Oh, come on. Oh, it has to be an array. We're getting there, folks. Once the red goes away, I can explain. So we're saying we want the enemy to be have 3 times as much of a chance to be a random enemy from our enemies, all of our enemies, and a 1 to 3 ratio of being nothing. And then down here, if battle actor is nothing, we just get rid of it. All right, so we're saying if it exists, good. Set it. Let's see what happens. I'm going to reload, and we're just going to see, yeah, everything looks good. I can get rid of that duplicating code. I might just save that for later. One thing I want to do, since we're not using that, I have to get rid of that. And I'm actually quite happy we don't need that. That's good. Okay. Ah! When I made that sound, my cat meowed. Then I want to get rid of. We don't need that either. Reload a few times. All right, so we have, for now, the battle is just setting random enemies. Later on, we'll modify that. I'll make a note. Okay. It's a lot of errors. It was just because of the reload. I remember that. Okay. I'm going to get top off my cup of coffee. I'll be back in 30 seconds, and then we will take care of the enemy names. Okay. Enemy names. Enemy names in the bottom right. Enemy info. So we have their names and we have their quantities. Enemy info, I think, needs to be a thing. Needs to be a scene. Or I could just give it a script. Oh, screw it. Enemy info. Let's call it that. No. Enemy cohort info. I think it's going to be even better. Change this. Fortunately, I'm doing this backwards, so now I have to edit it on there. That's all right. We want to give it the theme. Now that it's its own scene. That way we know what we're looking at when we have it separate. I just like to do top left for organization. Looks like we have a minimum rectangle size. That's fine. Fine for now, at least. We might modify it based on how many enemies we have. So what do we have? We have an H box. Make that into a scene. So the idea is that we can make a V box. we can do is do that for each enemy type. We don't need that much separation, maybe 3. Seeing how that fits. Maybe a little more. 4. That fits pretty much perfectly. So I think honestly we can leave it like that, and we'll just have this root of the scene. Get rid of these as needed. We could probably just hide it, because that way we can just loop through and like say one enemy calls in a new one and it's a different type. We just say, hey, make the next, or make the first hidden info HBox visible, and then give it, the data. All right. I might hide them all for now, actually. All but one. So, enemy cohort info. I need to think organization. How are we going to connect that data? Because it needs to be listening for, anytime an enemy leaves or enters. So I think maybe in the enemy button, when we do this connection, we can, or battle can give enemy cohort. It's getting a little tricky now. Maybe the button gets a signal when they're added. Let's see. Oops. Getting tricky. Tricky. We can do it right here. If enemy, we can set that first. And then if enemy, we want to do some enemy connections. So it's going to be we can just send it down to the enemy cohort info. It's going to be above our dialog box. I don't think I made that script yet. Let's get that script. We're getting there. It's getting a little complicated. Really, it'd be easier if I just deleted the enemy info there. But what can you do? All right, what's your problem here? Okay, it's gonna be enemy cohort info, and we're going to add like enemy or add enemy. It's gonna be battle. We'll just call it enemy. But the type's gonna be battle actor. And what we're gonna do is loop through all of these. Call that array. It's going to be the vbox.getChildren. We're or a list of all these H boxes. I think that does have to be hidden by default for what I'm about to do. It's going to be for IN range. Info boxes dot size. More info box enemy. Covert info box. Go H box. Just call it info box. Nah, H box is more specific. It's going to need a script. Equals info boxes I. And then we need to look at this. So you're going to have ready for name table equals name, ready for count. We're going to do function get name, return string, return name dot text. I don't think we need to get count. We do need set count and set name. String text string name dot text equals text function set. Oh, I can't use that. Any name. Blah 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 blah. It's going to be an int. It's going to be text equals string n. Looks right. I should probably have that. Okay. Little by little, we're getting it. So now we can do if info box dot visible and info box dot get enemy name equals enemy dot name. Then we're going to do info box dot count set count enemy count. No. If it's matching, we're going to do. I guess that we can work with that. It's going to be info box dot one. I think this needs to be split up. Do that. If it's visible, we do that. This is probably going to need work. We do that, and then we return else info box dot you know what I should be using? It's groups. Look up. Maybe not. It's just this code's getting a little messy for me. I know this part's going to need some work. But we'll roll with it. A.name. Oh, we have to show it too. So I think this is just not getting called. Why don't we just give it count? Interesting. I think the problem is I'm not. I also have to. So if visible and that. What's going on? If it's visible. Oh, we're not showing it here? Is that the problem? Oh. That looks pretty good. So now Pop quiz. What do we need to do now with this feature? What's it missing? I'll give you a hint. Fly through that. What? Oh, I got defeated. Never mind. What I was going to say was, if I don't get defeated, we also need to exit if I'm defeated mid-battle. We'll make a note for that. But what we need is to update the enemy info anytime one of them is taken out or added later on, not just at the beginning. Which I'm going to come back to that. This is a good point to jump off. I need to get lunch. I am hungry. So we'll pick back up in a little bit. As always, let me know if you have any questions, feedback, whatever the hell. Have a great day. Let me get out of here.